Hello guys, you are watching the Field Gamers channel, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a tour of the prison from the Walking Dead TV show. Now, I have worked for a good 4 months or so on this project, and I have done my best to make this entire prison at full scale to the way I think that it's supposed to look from the TV show. Now, there's a lot of scenes that you see in the TV show that I've definitely spent a lot of time replicating completely so that it looks exactly the same. As for all the rest of the prison that you don't get to see in the TV show, I pretty much just had to use my own creativity to create the rest of what I thought was in the space that you don't get to see. Because this prison is actually very large, and you don't actually get to see that much of it in the TV show. You only get to see certain scenes that that they shoot their footage in. So I've done my best to recreate the scenes that you do see to full scale, and then everything else is also to full scale, but to what my own imagination, I guess you could say. So I'm going to be go ahead and doing a tour of this entire prison, and in the description of this video, I will provide a link. It'll be for the download of this map. Now, in this link, it will only be the download of the map. There will be no adventure map. It'll just be you can walk around, tour the map yourself after I'm done doing the tour with you guys. And then in about a week from now, I will be adding a second download link, and that download link will be for an adventure map, where you will actually have to play in survival mode, and you'll have to fight through the prison, clear the prison out full of zombies, and then I'll have an objective where you have to find a certain amount of things in the prison as like a little side objective on top of killing all the zombies in the prison. So that'll be fun, but that won't be coming up. I've actually not created the adventure map part of this. I need to do a lot of redstone work, and I gotta actually make it so that it is an adventure map. So hopefully I'll be done with that within a week or so. So we'll go ahead and start with this. This is the yard that you see from the series. This is the gate right over here to the right where they come in. The path winds around here, and then this over here is the scene that you see. Most of the footage is shot in this pretty much general area right here, and this is where all the action takes place. So this is where Rick and his group pretty much always hang out, I guess. This is where they live. So you can see this is all of this is from the TV show. That tower straight ahead from me is one of the towers that the governor's men is shot down by Andrea, I believe. So that tower is like literally exactly one of the towers that are supposed to be right there. Pretty much everything for the most part is in this area. It's exactly replicated from the TV show. This tower is right there. This entire yard, including that river beyond the fence over there, all of that is exactly the way it was in the TV show. So you have all of this, and again, you'll be able to play and download this map and walk around yourself. This is all of this you probably recognize. If you don't watch the TV show, then you probably aren't going to recognize most of this stuff. But if you do watch the TV show, all of this, I don't really need to explain it. You guys can already see for yourself that this is all, perfectly replicated from the TV show. And then over here, this is one of the areas where they fight all the zombies up to this location. And then from this point on, you don't really get to see much. So like you see this building right here with a entryway, doorway area, but you don't really get to see what's on farther this way. So everything beyond this point is pretty much just me making stuff up. So for the most part, I did an alright job at trying to create everything. So I'm just going to kind of fly around. I'm not going to go in the prison yet. I'm just going to fly around the entire prison just to show you what all I did with the extra space that you don't get to see. Because everything beyond this point you don't really get to see. So here's a large area back here. So this is behind the prison. And I'll do a quick lap around the front too before I end this video. But I just pretty much use this extra area back here for a prison yard, just like a recreation area where they get let out and get free time in the yard, which you see in a lot of other movies and stuff when prisoners, they get a certain amount of time to go outside. So you can see a bunch of this. I just kind of let it to be wide open space. So really nothing much out here. If we go over here, again, I had to fill up a lot of the space. I did use this space right here to create one of the scenes that you see in the TV show. And this right here, and you saw a lot of this too in the trailer I just posted on my channel prior to this video. But this is the area where Tyrese comes in, and this pretty much area of the fence is torn down for some reason, and this part of the building is pretty much demolished. And this is pretty much how Tyrese comes in and ends up meeting Rick's group in the TV show. So this is pretty much how you see it in the TV show. And I tried to replicate this to be exactly the way it was in the TV show. This building and everything behind it is exactly how it was. And then everything over here I pretty much just winged. like I had an extra spot over here and I just made it look like a storage area for, like, I don't know, people that work and move things around. So I just put a bunch of boxes and stuff over there. But let me go ahead and circle around to the front. And as you can see, this whole entire prison, every building that you see except for this building that I'm hovering over, has something in it. So you can literally go into any building and it has rooms and it's full of stuff. This building was just a warehouse, so I just kept it plain. I didn't want to do anything with this building. So, and the only reason that building is here, the one that is right in front of me, is because at the end of season 2, when they first look and they see they get run off of Herschel's farm, they see this prison from a distance. You see a view of the prison like this. And you'll see the prison like this. It's dark out, and you get to see this prison. Oops, it's raining. Let me get rid of the rain real quick. But yes, you see the prison like this, and you see this front part of the prison with the 2 towers in front, and you see that little house on the right. And that's pretty much, I tried to replicate this front view that you first initially see at it's like literally the last scene from season 2. You'll see a picture of the prison from this angle. So I tried to make it look, the front of the prison look exactly the way you saw it for the first time. When you first saw it and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait till they get to the prison. So that was pretty much what I tried to do with this whole front part. And for the most part, I left everything in the front pretty plain. It's pretty empty for the most part. So let's go ahead, and what we can do now is show you some of the inside of the prison. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of the prison. So the first area I'm going to show you is the area where Rick and his group sleep. And you got to keep in mind that this entire prison is very, very large. So I won't be able to show you everything in the prison. The video would be an hour or too long if I actually toured the entire prison. That'll be something that you'll have to do on your own when you download the map. But I will show you a bunch of key things and a brief area of some of the main parts. So here is the area where they all sleep. And you'll recognize this from the TV show. This is pretty much all the cell blocks that they use to sleep in. This is the stairs you walk up. You can sleep up here or down there. And the room that I was just in, right over there, is the area, I believe that's the area that they lock Tyrese in at first when he first shows up at the prison. They lock him in there so that he can't, because they basically don't know if he's dangerous or not. And so basically, that for the most part, once you're in here, you can make yourself at home. These 2 doors down here, both of these doors lead to the rest of the prison, so you can take either of those 2 routes, or you can take one of the routes over here. Let me actually get on foot real quick. If you go over here, this is the door that I think that this is the door that they take to pretty much venture in, and they take this route. They fight a bunch of zombies, and it pretty much takes you into like the catacombs of the prison, where like there's just infinite hallways and zombies everywhere, and it's pretty messy. And I think this is the area where Herschel actually gets bit, and eventually they find the cafeteria and the prisoners and all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's pretty much this area. I'm not going to walk through that. That'll be your job to venture. Keep in mind, when you do play this adventure map, you will get lost. I created this entire prison, and even when I go through this prison, even I get lost very many times. So you will get lost, and that's going to be the fun of it, especially when the adventure map comes out. It'll be really fun to try to figure out your way through the prison and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and show you another part. So over here, this is another building from the main area where they shoot their footage. I don't actually know if you actually get to see your way in here. But what I did is I just created it to be what I wanted it to be. I just created more cells, so you see a bunch of more cell blocks and stuff. There's more to this building, but I'll let you guys do your own adventuring throughout this area. So pretty much you can see that there's just more cell blocks, and if you go through those doors up there and the side doors and everything, it'll lead you to other places too. And let's go ahead and look at this area over here. So over here, you don't really get to see much over here, like I said before, but you do see this building that's pretty much right here. And if you go through this door right here, you'll actually see a room in here, and you can do your own adventuring through here. I don't want to give too much away, but I just want to let you know that there are actual rooms and places to walk through, and that these buildings aren't just vacant, because a lot of people, they create the outside of a lot of they're structures, but they don't actually create. Oops, I'll have to fix that. My bad. But yeah, most people, they create the structure, but they don't actually create everything inside. So yeah, so there's literally, you can go into any of these buildings. Let's go ahead and check out the cafeteria next. For the cafeteria part of the prison, I didn't actually keep the actual, what you see in the TV show is not actually what I created here. Basically, the reason why I did that is the size of the prison I created was so large that the small cafeteria that you see in the TV show, it just didn't fit with the entire prison that I created, because this prison is so large. Most of this prison is actually 3 stories tall. So basically what I did is I just created, as you can see here, my own larger version of a cafeteria that I saw that fit better with the size of the prison, just so that it would all be more proportional with everything else. And actually, while I'm here, I won't do too much touring. You can see you can see everything where they sit. You can see the 2 doors in front, which you can't really see very well, but that's where the food is made. And then the doors on the side of this is, will lead you to the rest of the prison, basically. But right here, this is actually a good example. Basically throughout the prison, I said that you'll have to find things, and in the box to the right, you'll find an item. And then in the ender chest is where you'll keep your item, so that whenever you find an item, you can keep it in the ender chest, and if you die, you won't lose your item, and you can keep track of all the items that you find in the adventure map. When I have the download up in this description, you will find a few of those items throughout the prison map, but I have not actually hidden all the items yet, so you'll have to play the adventure map to actually explore the prison and find those. But that's basically what you'll be looking for in the adventure map, just so you know. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part. So this part of the prison right here, the building to the left is the demolished building that has the broken fence where Tyrese basically makes his way through. But the building right here in front of me, the one right next to that building, is another cell block building where all the prisoners have more rooms to live in. So basically what I did is, again, I just created more cell blocks. You can go forward, there's an upstairs. There are other rooms in this building as well, so you can basically do your own thing and travel through that as well. And in all these buildings, there will be something hidden usually. So make sure you make your way to each building when you're doing the adventure map. And what I've done with a lot of these buildings, which I'll go ahead and show you now, is I've got these little connectors. So if you're in one building, you can actually go through the connectors instead of like leaving each building to go to the next, to get to the main prison to one of these buildings. You can actually make your way from building to building sometimes through these little connectors that I've created. Kind of like you see in the main part where they shoot their footage, there's that connector that goes across, which is actually right here. And you actually see this one in the TV show, and this does the same thing. Over here is like the main part of the prison where most of the rooms and cell blocks and most of the action takes place. But then if you go through this little connector right here, you can actually get over into this building as well without having to exit the building and re-enter the building. But you can get into each building in whatever manner you want to, but I did create this easier way to get through from building to building if you need to. So let's go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and show you one more thing. So again, here is the front of the prison, just to kind of give you an idea of how large this prison actually is. It's very, very large. It's 3 stories tall, as you can see here. If you go through the front doors, which you're not really supposed to be able to get to this front yard area unless you're going from the inside of the prison to the front yard, because I don't have any openings. The gate's all closed. So to get out to the front yard, you'd have to go through the prison and come out these front doors. But if you were to go through these front doors while you're just touring the prison yourself, maybe you're flying around, you'll see that most of these rooms up here are like for the warden and for pretty much, the nicer rooms that you would see if you were visiting, like the visiting rooms and all that other stuff. So, and I'm not going to show you that. I would show you a lot more of this prison, but again, I want to, first of all, it would take another hour to actually do that. And also, I want you guys to be able to actually tour this prison yourself and do a little bit of adventuring on your own. Because it is a lot of neat stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that you can discover on by yourself, and I just think it'd be a lot cooler that way. So the link to the map, the download of this map will be in the description, so definitely feel free to go down in the description below and download the map and play it yourself on your computer at home. Again, this is it. I will have the adventure map completed in about a week or so. It will take a while. It actually takes a really long time to get all that wiring with redstone and everything figured out. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'll release that in this video. I'll release the download links also in my previous video, so that, you know, either video that you're watching, the trailer video or this video, you'll be able to download those links, and the texture packs and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've worked so hard on this, and I'm really hoping that it pays off. I'm hoping that you guys can have a lot of fun with it. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel, like the video, follow me on Twitter. Any of those things would be much appreciated. Please comment below if you have any ideas that you want me to do. Another thing that I will mention is I will be doing Woodberry as well. It'll probably be a while until it's done, just like this one took a while. It's just a lot of work for me to do by myself. But I do plan on getting the town of Woodberry done next for this whole Walking Dead series that I've been doing with Minecraft. So that'll be the next thing you guys can look forward to. But definitely subscribe so that you guys can see when that comes out. But thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.